What was he thinking with this one? We're going to dive into it here. I got an article here from the National Pulse. Thanks for coming to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. What's going on with Elon Musk? Why did he choose this woman? You know me, I am not a fan of globalist elitists who want to take over our lives. I am no fan of either political party, but my God, the global elitists are the worst, right? They want to stuff climate change down our throat. They'd rather us own nothing, rent, have no cars or an electric car, or take mass transit, live in 15-minute cities where we're not allowed to leave, have complete control over our lives. Right? That's a fact. That's what the World Economic Forum is all about. They unveiled it in their last big convention, right? The 15-minute city. Go check out Zip Trader's video on it. It's going to scare you to your core. Why put someone who is so involved in that in charge of Twitter? I gotta think, what is going on? Did they get to Elon? Is she not so bad? I don't know what to make of this. But let's get into this article. All right. Who is Linda Yaccarino, the World Economic Forum aligned exec that Elon Musk just hired as Twitter's CEO? First off, let me just read you what Elon said an hour ago. I'm excited to welcome Linda Yaccarino as the new CEO of Twitter! Exclamation point. Like that Seinfeld episode. Linda will focus primarily on business operations, while I focus on product design and new technology, which is great to hear. You know, just yesterday I was so excited thinking about how, Tucker's going to Twitter and you can just subscribe directly to Tucker and he could post his videos there. I mean, how great is that? I have plans. I had big plans actually for myself and posting videos, exclusive videos that I maybe will go deeper into topics that you can't really talk about here on YouTube. By the way, if you're interested in something like that, let me know in the comments. Right now, that's my plan, is to maybe do a Twitter subscription, pretty cheap, where I'll do exclusive videos where we can dive into things that you can't talk about here. All right. So, maybe things like, election related things, medicine, all different stuff, then expanding out from there. You just can't talk about it here, and that's fine. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. So anyway, I'm excited about all that stuff, right? This is great. This is, Twitter, he wants to name it X Corp now, which I actually really like, right? X Corp. The everything app. He actually says, looking forward to working with Linda to transform the platform to X, the everything app. I think it's great. I really do. But why put someone so far left in charge? Let's just see what this article has to say. I'm not going to make this a long video, and you let me know in the comments, right? Why not a centrist? Why not somebody who's more in the middle? That's just my question. Maybe she is. I don't know, though. From what I'm seeing, what people are talking about, there's a lot of red flags here. Let's get into it. Elon Musk has reportedly settled on Linda Yaccarino. I believe I'm saying that name correctly. An advertising executive who has peddled far-left woke ideology and appears to be entangled with the World Economic Forum, who I think that they are the worst. If you think Democrats are bad or you think Republicans are bad, put World Economics Forum is worse than them times 2 combined. Okay, to replace him as CEO of X Corp, Twitter. Who is she? As chairman of Comcast NBC Universal, Yaccarino interviewed Musk in April about his vision for the social media platform. Yaccarino's biography states she is an executive chairman of Klaus Schwab's notorious World Economic Forum, which brings together global, I'll add in, elitist, political, corporate, and non-governmental organization elites. Oh, there you go. Elites every year at the Davos Resort in Switzerland to push its Great Reset agenda. That's the thing that blows my mind, guys. They're telling us straight to our face now, we want a great reset on the world. We want to control population. We want to control where you go. We want to control what you eat. We want to control how you drive. We want to control how you live. We want to control what bed you lay in, how much shelter, how many rooms you can have in your house. They want to control every facet of your life. Every facet. Maybe my generation, it's going to take time to implement this, right? So maybe me, right? I'm 41. I may not see it, or maybe it'll be in the tail end of my life. But the kids who are born today, it chokes me up to think that what the life that they may be living in the future. She also lists herself as chairman of the World Economic World Economic Forum's Task Force on Future Work, which is what I just said, sits on Media, Entertainment, and Culture Industry Governing Steering Committee, where they steer, all right, and is highly engaged with Value in Media Initiative, which is aimed at reshaping online discourse. Guys, wake up here, all right? I don't know what Elon was thinking here. I gotta say, or did they get to him and say, hey, you either do this or we're gonna end this thing? It's very possible. Who knows? Who knows? Common standards would be followed, so certain types of content would not exist. This is a quote, by the way. Common standards would be followed, so certain types of content would not exist and would certainly not be monetized through advertising. One Value in Media report states of the World Economic's agenda for digital speech. And let me just throw in here, okay? There's one thing that Donald Trump has said that nobody else has, and I'll give him credit for this. I don't like some of the stuff he says, but I'll give him credit for this. He wants to do a digital Bill of Rights. That's amazing. Our founding fathers had our Bill of Rights, right? That's what it's like, one of the most important pieces of paper ever written. But because things have changed into this online world that the founding fathers could have never envisioned, having somebody with the vision to have a digital Bill of Rights, a way to protect the words that are coming out of my mouth to this video that you hear right now, a way to protect you when you engage with somebody on social media, because that's how we communicate now. I hate it, actually. I mean, I enjoy doing these videos, a lot of work, but what it's done to the world, I hate. Personally, but it is what it is, and that's why I'm here doing this, all right? Because I'm not one of those people who sits down when there's a fire happening. I think the world's on fire, and my friend said, well, why would you even talk about anything just talk about stocks and make all the money you possibly can? I said, I can't do that, man. I'm the type of guy who's going to pick up a hose. He goes, your hose isn't going to do crap to that fire. I said, I don't care. If I'm the only one standing there with a hose, well, that's what I'm going to do then. If my hose can just stop a little portion of that fire, great. I just can't sit by and watch our country devolve the way it is. And this scares me right here. This is really, really scaring me that he put this woman in charge. It scares me that, did they get to this guy? Why? Why not somebody in the middle? Why not somebody who's kind of like a centrist? Like Elon is, because Elon he's no Republican, but he's also not Democrat like that picture, because they've pulled him Democrats have gone so far left that he's not that anymore. He's right in the middle. Like me. I'm in the middle, lean right, but I'm very liberal on some issues. He's probably the same exact way, I would imagine. Man, common standards would be followed, so certain types of content would not exist and would certainly not be monetized. I gotta wonder, what's Tucker thinking right now? Tucker made the announcement that he's bringing his show to Twitter. What is Tucker thinking right now? Are they doing this to stop him? A lot of interesting talk going on about Tucker, and that he has a contract with Fox, and they're not letting him out of that contract. Now, that's interesting. Why would Fox continue to pay a guy who is not doing a show anymore? Right? That's because they want him silenced. This is scary. He was the one voice that was speaking reason and criticizing both sides. He regularly criticized Lindsey Graham, McConnell, and neocons who were pushing war. There's a war happening that should be ended as fast as possible. No, they want to flood money into it. They want to keep it going. Then the military-industrial complex is making money. They want it to go. All these people are suffering there. I sent every piece of clothing I have there because of it. And then I realized, what the heck's going on here? Nobody's trying to end this. Nobody's trying to negotiate. And he would talk about that. And they silenced him for it. Now, what if he's not able to do a show on Twitter now? What if they don't let Tucker out of his contract? They're going to pay him the next couple of years until after the election. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening. Pay attention to who they don't let you hear. Pay attention to what they don't let you say. Okay? Doesn't matter what side you're on. Because eventually, even if you agree with it, eventually it's going to be you. Eventually it's going to be you. A good friend of mine, I've mentioned this before, family fled Cuba, They had friends that cheered for Castro. They thought he was going to be great. He's going to make everything more even and fair for everybody. But within a year, they realized, oh my God, it's happening to us now. We're crushed also. We thought this was going to be great. And now we wait online, and the only thing in the grocery store is eggs, rice, and bread. And they only give you a little bit of each. This is crazy, man. This scares me. Okay, in her role as a former chairman and current executive board member of the Ad Council, Yasarino also partnered with the Biden government and its agencies to create a COVID-19 vaccination campaign featuring Pope Francis, another woke, my God, and reaching over 200 million Americans. She served as listen, this is interesting. She served on President Trump's Council on Sports and Fitness and Nutrition from 2018 to 2021 as well. Okay, that's actually interesting. Doesn't mean she's not woke. Okay, here we go. This part is, I'll read this and then I'll leave the rest for you to read. Linda Wocarino, not Linda Wocarino. The World Economic Forum linked activist appears to be committed to the far left's vision of diversity, inclusion, and equity, praising initiatives to make news teams 50% women and 50% people of color. Well, what about everybody else? What about white men? I'm just curious. Like, so the white men are just out? That's it? You're gone. You're done. As a board member of another World Economic linked organization called the Female Quotient, Yasarino has pushed initiatives to foster gender and economic equality and racial justice in partnerships with the like of Google, Instagram, and Twitter's pre-Musk iteration, so the previous owners of Twitter. She's also a believer in the so-called gender gap. All in all, Yasarino's resume is unlikely to inspire much confidence in the conservative and right-leaning voices, and I'll say myself, independent, free-thinking voices, a theme clearly identified by Musk and his allies just a few hours before he announced a new CEO and Yasarino's name was floated. So what they mean there is, a few hours before, this is what Elon said. So somebody named Alex, regardless of who the new CEO is, Elon will still be executive chair, and especially after our conversation today, I'm confident he'll ensure the company stays true to the new Twitter values. Ensuring the platform allows the most free speech as possible is a top priority to him. Good to hear. So this guy spoke to him today and he said that, and then Elon responded, the commitment to open source transparency and accepting a wide range of viewpoints remains unchanged. I'm happy to hear Elon say that. That does make me feel better in the closing of this video here. But pay attention. Pay attention to who's being hired where, what's happening, and let's watch this closely. I hope to God we don't start to see the clampdown on Twitter, because right now Twitter's the last place to openly speak freely your opinions on the internet. I'll catch you in the next ones. Stay free.